Hi everybody, and welcome back to another adventure with me, Erin. Today we'll be continuing Ghost Trick as we just saved Inspector Cabanel's life by hitting him with a soft knitted hat instead of a bullet, which is good. We've also learned that we probably aren't Sissel. We found Missile again, we saved the old pigeon guy, and we're about to, find out a little bit more about what really was going on these past 10 years. Let's have a look-see. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanela, the men in red left, and now a new story is about to unfold in a new present. How are you feeling, you old crazy character? Hey there, Prof. We're both live, I see. Nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right. Like I'm going to believe that. So what? Guy in red is gone, huh? Just in case, I suppose the special investigation unit around all this building. Let's just pray the boys came through for us. Probably not, seeing as he is a manipulator, but still. Oh, poor guy. Damn it! You picked a bad time not to listen to me, buddy, man. Yeah. Oh well, it happens. Oh, let's have a look-see here. Well, looks like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the Inspector in white, I can't call it a complete success. But in any case, these two have the information I need to start tracking the manipulator. Better talk to them. Yep, good point. Let's have a look-see here. Talk. If I knew things were going to end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That's the way I could have been dancing out in the big red right now. I might be able to erase deaths, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, I'm sorry. I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp. All plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Now go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. Okay, let's see. The revenge. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He has only himself to blame. But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Judd, who forced me in a corner, Lynn, the girl who was playing in the park, and finally you, Inspector Cabanela. If you hadn't done what you did, I would have never pointed a gun at that kid. That is a good point. What did Inspector Cabanela have to do with it? Yes, 10 years ago, on that day, the Special Investigations Unit, I was working on a big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine, fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigations Unit can make the rest of your life live in hell. But I just been assigned to the Special Investigations Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet. Now I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking a statement. But I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that. What did you do? Camanela, got a minute? The chief wants to talk to you about your report. Got it, I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now, okay? And that was when I did it. I left behind in the interrogation room my gun. How could you? He used my gun to escape. What he said was true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he would have never had a gun pointed at Lynn in the first place. Wow. Poor Cabanela, he must have eaten himself up with this. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communications networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him, of course. We didn't know anything what he looked like at the time. And in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them two predictions. He foresaw two completely preposterous, impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast. And the case... Oh, I'm sorry. And the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those two inmates at the special prison, eh? We kept tabs on their communications and lost an investigation. Finally, we pinpoint where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. That restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. Exactly. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight on a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. Submarine? But we haven't been able to find out why it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what will happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Right, highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camilla. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. Ah, I get that. How about your spotless record? This spotless record of yours. Is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. And your life? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands... Oh, sorry guys. That I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of the Special Investigations Unit. Because of my position, I got to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. What? The manipulator case? That's why you cared about your record so much? Of course. Why else, baby? I just never could believe it, man. Jout shooting Alma. I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story. Some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder. Everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years though. The manipulator is going to prove that Jout is innocent. What incredible determination. Wow, this makes me see Inspector Cabanela in an entirely different daylight. There's just one thing I don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Jout, then why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. Really? It's that easy. I wasn't about to have him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And then he himself has to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could. So that's it, eh? But there's one little unfortunate result in this all. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. Ha! What's this little misunderstanding? My baby will come around. Give it time. There are more important things to do at time tonight. Yeah, exactly. Let's have a talk-see with the pigeon guy. Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' causes of death. Good point. 10 years ago, I was asked... Oh, I keep yawning today. I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. Hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police said. There was no signs of life. He was definitely dead. But I never filled out an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished. What? Leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Yeah. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity too. The unusual corpse. It's the only way I can describe it too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead, alright. No question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered. But when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? Scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. What? And that's how it went. No scarring or blood. Wow. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen that body. But there's one way the corpse could have disappeared. And what's that? Getting up and walking out. It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even the explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed that fist on the stove. That's right. No clue left behind. The one clue. Corpse left behind some data from testing I did. I got some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation. I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Meteorite. Could it be? That's right, it was coming from the meteorite fragment. I knew it! I went to the park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell. And just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from the crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die, only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in my depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case. Thanks to your arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? Okay, Cabanel's arrival. It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here. No, he does that. I heard it wasn't all about his research in Temsec. Is it you, baby? Weirdo. Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? That is very true. I was investigating a manipulate case then. And then I heard it was a man who quit the police force to study meteorite. When I heard that, it was like the meteorite had struck me in the head. Well, hopefully not. At the time, we were just starting to get loads on this manipulator. We didn't know who it was yet, but we knew it was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of his communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." And that's when I put two and two together, baby. The manipulator case and Temsec was somehow connected. Which also explains how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mom. He added the gun to that contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. Yeah, because people don't remember when they're being controlled. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd. That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device. But there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce, no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jowd to tell me to do, shouldn't have, an impossible move. I added that part to the device I created. I put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Jesus. Lynn! Inspector Camanela! Hey, baby. He's a little bit in pain. Sorry about that phone call. Must have sounded like a real villain. I hate to spoil your image of me. That cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him? I wonder. Inspector Cabanela, I'm sorry. I just heard you were chasing after that man all this time and trying to help Detective Jowd. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, when somebody's in the way, throw them in a slammer. Yikes. Tonight, I really thought we finally had him. But my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. Ha ha ha. Jowd! But a joke is a joke. You might as well laugh. Jowd! The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning, too. That's pretty extreme while he was at it. Well, it is. Everybody's here. Nice. I like it. Sorry it took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again. You've always been like that. You make everybody else run around and then you swoop in at the last second. Jowd. 5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before turning yourself in. Promised to give it back to you one day. Nice. I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. This present you gave me, it's just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you like it. Cecil, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is, and the phone line doesn't work. They use communication cables to make their call. We'll get you hooked up somehow. You'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please? Okay, fine. I'm counting on you. Your true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. I hope so. Alright, I'm leaving, Inspector Cabanela. Okay. Just leaving there cracked. It's almost dawn. Not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. Now, I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. Yeah, it is. So I guess that's the end of it. Well, not the game, of course, but from this episode, I think it's going on long enough. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, leave a like, leave a comment. You know how YouTube works, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. And hopefully we'll get to know who we are. See you guys then. Bye! Holy shit! What's going on here? Oh! Jesus. But this is not doable for gameplay whatsoever. Jesus Christ, for some reason I move like a chipmunk. Those are some interesting sounds, by the way. Holy shit, it's tripping again.